been in that state ever since he left for the forest. My husband has fallen and can't get up. It's been days now, and he doesn't appear to be getting any better. I've tried all kinds of medicine that I could find. His condition has only worsened.
If the medicine I've given you had no effect, then there's nothing in this world that will.
Isn't it a little early to throw in the towel? A man's bedridden. Shouldn't you try to help them?
He's been in that state ever since he left for the forest. I'm not sure I should tell you this, but Body Forest, where Old Lady Birigondok resides.
Huh? Body Forest? The one with the power to heal just about any known illness? Where the old lady lives? That forest? Your man frequented the forest in the past. Why did he get ill now?
I don't understand either. He seems possessed, or like some living corpse. He keeps mumbling something. Something about the Dangsan tree.
The Dangsan tree? The sacred tree of Birigondok? Why would he mention that old lady's tree?
No, not her. He said the Dangsan tree belonged to Bari the Mudang? I told him something felt off since daybreak. I nagged his ear off to please stay home. Just today. Oh, the medicine peddler of Nopse Pass should be ready with the medicine I asked for by now.
Hey, I told you if my medicine doesn't work, nothing else in the world will. You'll only worsen his condition.
I also requested medicine from Nampo's medicine peddler. Would you be able to retrieve it for me?
Fine, don't believe me then. You're forbidden from ever showing your face at the apothecary again.
Come on, Chief. Have a heart. These people are upset. We'll be right back, so stay here and tend to your husband.
I need to bring my mother-in-law as well. She's been worried sick, obsessively praying for his health all day long.
I told her to come in person. This medicine is too valuable to just hand out like cough syrup. She's been buying up every kind of medicine she can get her hands on, I hear. What was that saying? Even dog dung can be medicinal? I pray she isn't scavenging about for that as well. However, there is something in the world that can't be treated with medicine. Do you know what that is? Our time here on Earth, that's what.
Well, we're here to extend that poor man's lifeline, aren't we? So stop stalling and hand over the medicine.
For free?
Did she really send us to fetch the medicine without any money? I regret suggesting we help her in the first place.
That's life, ain't it? Got no money to spare. Ah, well. Much appreciated. If you ever need more medicine, you know who to call on.
Why so suspicious? This medicine is safe, right?
I'm not suspicious, you are. Trying to cure some ailment even the chief can't cure. Then there's that other one seeking the water of life.
Water of life? What's that about? Sounds like something even the Cholong merchants wouldn't have.
Oopsie, that's a matter of client-customer confidentiality. Don't press any further. It's bad for business. Anyways, you have the medicine, so hurry back to that poor lady's husband.
Holy Mudang. Hari Mudang.
Oh no, he's still among the living, right? Can't hear him groaning anymore either. Hey, wake up! Did that peddler sell us some snake oil? That peddler's still around, though. You should go find him before he gets away.
What's this now? Back so soon? Was my medicine so potent you had to thank me personally?
We're back because your snake oil didn't work. The man is still brainlessly blubbering.
Huh? That was my prized medicine, known to wake even the dead. This is nonsense.
Waking the dead? Hey now, don't go breaking the natural laws of heaven and earth.
Why not a good old-fashioned exorcism? I know quite the talented Mudang.
You're not talking about old lady Beauty-Gong-Duk, are you? Everybody in Donghae has heard of her.
Excuse me? Old Lady Beauty-Gong-Duk is long past her prime. This is the age of Bari the Mudang.
Bari the Mudang? That lady at the apothecary mentioned her.
Well then, why don't you go pay your respects and meet with our illustrious Mudang? Go offer up a prayer by the Zhongzone that the Mudang set up herself. Then she'll appear to welcome you personally.
What did you pray for, traveler? I prayed all the wicked people in this land would disappear. And that the king would prepare a big old feast for us all to celebrate. Darn it! Why'd you wait until I finished blurting that out then? Not cool, traveler. Not cool. The forest wasn't this dark when I was young. Seems time hasn't treated these parts well. A bit chillier than I remember, too. I'm sure the forest was warmer back then. Is it 'cause the sun ain't shining? That whole area is covered in moss. That man who collapsed after returning from Body Forest. For some odd reason, I keep seeing his face in my mind. I think it may already be too late for him.
Body, I command you! Stop the ritual at once!
Huh? What? Why am I kneeling here?
Stop it! Would you give up the right to fair judgment in the afterlife? Are you all right? I can practically see your bones. I will prepare some food for you. Take a rest in the meantime. Tell me, why did you set foot in that place? Did you see him yourselves? He no longer grows nor breathes. His face is an ashen hue. What else? He called for Body the Mudang? It's too late. He will soon become like one of the servile wraiths you saw. Was it by chance some medicine peddler who told you to meet with Body the Mudang? It appears the servile wraiths can now perform magic tricks. That peddler was Body's first victim. What I mean is that he is no longer of the living. I thought I performed the rites properly to send him off last time. It appears she has led even more sheep to the slaughter. If I had been any later, it would have been much, much worse. Body, the Mudang Wraith. She hasn't yet reached her full potential, so she withdrew. But she will soon surpass the strength of this old lady's Dongsan god. If that occurs, calamity will surely come to Bari Forest. Where was that house? We need to place charms upon it. Otherwise, great harm will befall that man's family as well. I need some time to awaken Dulce, so could you deliver this for me? Oh, and on your way back, fetch me ritual materials from the market.
You're here. Have some food. You know, you feel like a grandchild to me. I used to catch boar as big as houses when I was young, but now the fish in the lake are more my speed.
Old Lady Pirikongdok sent you? My dear Dongi, what tragedy is this? Heavens, I told him to stay away from physical labor, that he should stick to office work. Why did he suddenly quit and march off to the forest, saying he'd make ends meet? The forest!
So you've returned. No need to hand those over. Since you were with the Mudang Wraith, you will need to keep those close to you. You should hold on to them for now. You too, Dulce.
Are you okay, traveler? I'm in a bit of a haze. Like I'm still stuck in a dream.
Tell me, what were you dreaming of?
I remember a dancing lady. She was saying something, but I couldn't hear her voice. Then suddenly she began uprooting the entire forest, as if she was searching for something.
Was she fair? A beauty, wasn't she? Well, you're still a bachelor, aren't you, Dulce?
For your information, my wife is waiting for me in Seoul. Over here. That's where she was dancing, beneath the Dongsan tree.
I see. But first, help me prepare this meal, would you? We've quite a journey ahead, and we need our strength.
What's this? Oh, how long it's been since I've tasted meat. Dear, Am I allowed to eat meat on such a day?
Old Man Mansu gave us some meat last night, didn't he? Today is a good day to partake in meat.
Ah, you're right. Old Man Mansu. How could I forget? I've been sick from a young age. Don't mind me. Dear, where are the greens?
I strongly caution against venturing into the forest anytime soon, even if it's you, old man.
Huh? Fine, fine. Then I'll head to Bambawi Falls. We've more mouths to feed, so I'm gonna catch some fish.
Dear, will you also have time to feed her? Our dear body?
You're right. I don't suppose I will. Can you young'uns lend me a hand with fishing instead? The deity of Tebek has blessed us with good fish. My fishing spot is the best, so make sure you claim it quick.
Go help them out, Traveler. I'll go on ahead and get that spot. But did you mark your spot, old man?
What's that? I did, in my mind. So only those pure of heart can see it.
Wasn't that a bit suspicious back there? What'd she say again? The body. Wasn't body the name of that, Mudang Wraith? Wonder what they meant. Oh, right. You're from across the sea, Traveler. So you've got no inkling of who the old lady is, do ya? Old Lady Bitagongdok is the Mudang of Donghae Province. She may seem stern and scary, but inside she's the kindest person you'll ever know. Unfortunately, they never had a child of their own. The old lady always talks about not wanting to pass on her powers to future generations. Well, why don't we head back now? My tummy's rumbling. Almost dying makes you real hungry.
My son! Why did you leave me? He relinquished his position beneath the Hyungam to take care of his dear mother. Such a good boy. That hag had a daughter, so she should know better. She should know what it's like to lose a child. If you can understand how I feel, please, I beg of you, let my son rest in peace.
If you are truly a gifted Mudang, come resurrect my dear husband! A mother bears the sins of her child! Save my poor husband! He was a good man. He even rejected the lands offered by the Hyungam himself! Or at least, offer him your aid! Allow him to rest in peace in the afterlife!
If this is how it's gonna be, we should just burn this forest to the ground! My brother was possessed by one of these demon spawn and died! It's that old crone's fault! She birthed that demon spawn!
Who birthed the demon spawn? What kind of rubbish is that?
My brother said he was late on what he owed the Hyungam. So he rushed into the forest earlier today. Then, he returned a walking corpse. Shouldn't we just burn the whole forest down? Or help my brother? At least send him off to the afterlife to be at peace.
Everyone, let's all calm down. Did we forget who this old lady is? All of us who've dwelled in Donghae Province have relied on and trusted her for a long time. Let's show a bit of faith in the old lady, that she will help release this man from Mudang Bali's grasp.
I'm famished. Go set the table.
Famished? How can you speak of eating? Old lady, what was it the villagers mentioned just now? You have a daughter? The Mudang Wraith is your daughter? And not a person, but a demon spawn nonetheless?
Body is indeed my daughter. We found her abandoned beneath a bridge. It had been a while since the old man and I had ventured out to Nampo. We filled our bellies with sweets as we did when we were young. We traveled along the Uldul Strait and reached the Blue Bridge near the Changsan Institute when we found a young serpent squirming in the salty sea waters. And yet my eyes, blessed by the Dongsan god, could see that she was no ordinary serpent. I bathed the poor creature in one of my saucepots. And lo and behold, it shed its skin, becoming human.
So pretty, aren't you? Our dear, dear child. Your name will be Bari. Yes, Bari.
I believed she was a gift from the Dongsan god. And so, Bari grew at an alarming pace, much quicker than the other village children. We were eating breakfast as usual when, out of the blue, she told us she knew that we weren't her true parents.
I can still remember that day, so fresh in my mind. I clung to the dress of my child, so determined to leave, weeping.
I wasn't sure from when exactly she knew, but in light of her spectacular birth, I suppose we both knew this day would come, sooner or later. She apparently left for the Dragon Palace, claiming she had to find the Water of Life to save an ailing Lord Bonghuang.
Water of Life? I swear I've heard that name before.
It must have been a heavenly decree. I didn't press her, but I never thought I'd have to let go of her so soon. What an extraordinary child she was. The softest touch of her delicate hands could even revive the dead. See those over there? They were all planted by Bari.
She was such a caring child, never shied away from helping those in need. Injured animals, frail plants, you name it. And when we visited the bustling market full of savory sights, despite her hungering eyes, she didn't cause a bit of trouble. There was even a point where I fretted over who she should wed.
She planted those to keep us company, even after she was gone. Have a bite. They're packed with flavor.
Packed with flavor is right. They're delicious. If I might ask, how did your body become, well, you know?
That I'm uncertain of. I truly cannot remember. Once my senses returned to me, I realized it had been quite some time since Bari had left us. The Dongsan tree we had planted for her had grown quite a bit in size, haunted by a Mudang Wraith that was clearly Bari herself.
Huh? What's that mean? Neither of you can remember a thing? That's odd for sure. Could your memories have been erased? How else do you explain just having a hole in your otherwise clear memories?
Our dear Bari, she forgot us as well, and her umbral energies have grown rather overwhelming. It's only a matter of time until Bari's Dongsan tree devours the old lady's Dongsan tree. And you won't prevail in a contest of might against our daughter.
Indeed. The old lady couldn't bear to let any harm befall her daughter. I won't stand for it. Before it's too late, we must recover those forgotten memories. She said she was heading to the Dragon Palace to offer the water of life to the slumbering Lord Bonghwang. Let's head to the marketplace, traveler. The shell folk may know something about this matter.
What's that? Water of life. What's with everyone asking about that lately, Turd? Body. Body. Oh, that Body! Yeah! She's a Turton regular here. She purchased a turd full of paintings for her parents, whose old legs couldn't handle the journey here themselves, Turd.
Sounds like the Bali we know, all right. Did she ask you anything about the water of life?
Body was so kind, totally worthy of returning to Mount Ashi. So I sent her to Angler's Point to see Mr. Turd. Turd.
They call me Mr. Turd, 'cause talking so slow makes me seem turtly wise. Recovering the water of life. Turd. To be burdened with that heavenly decree when her own birth defied the very laws of the heavens, Turd. Could it be the will of the heavens, Turd, seeking to absolve that child of her sins?
A being whose birth defies the very laws of the heavens? Sounds like she's more than just some ordinary person.
I escorted her to and from the Dragon Palace myself. Turd. Body passed the Dragon King's trial and took the water of life.
I gotta say, I'm kind of thrown off by your approach to storytelling. Well then, what happened to Bali afterwards?
This tactic was totally intentional. It's called stalling, Turd. I've got a request of you. If you want me to tell the rest...
I see why you're so revered now, oh wise Mr. Turt. Well played. What do you demand? My liver's not worth the salt you'll put on it.
Yeah, they always mention the liver, Turt. Nope, there's something else I require. It's spawning season, and fish are most bountiful, Turt. If you'd bring some abalone and a few crunchy sea coral. Maybe it's because she was born a serpent, but Body was quite adept at climbing trees to help people. Maybe it's because she was born a serpent, but Body was quite adept at swimming to help people. I knew Body wouldn't immediately head to Mount Ashi with the water of life, where Lord Bonghwang lay in slumber. Turt, Body loved her parents and wished to bid them a final farewell.
How do you know about that, oh Mr. Turt? Sounds like you were peeping on her.
There was no peeping, Turt. She forgot some important flowers. Blood soddy, flesh soddy, bone soddy, and breath soddy flowers, to be exact. The water of life is brimming with the Dragon Palace's energy. Drinking such a concoction straight would be instant death for any who attempt it. Turt. However, diluting it with the soddy flowers would do, but Body forgot and left them behind. It was totally beyond me, for when I arrived at the Bidi Gongdok's abode, it was ablaze. Some serpent had drenched itself and was tightly wrapped around the old couple. Turt, how could I just stand idly by? On the honor of the Dragon Palace, I rushed to extinguish the flames and confront that strange serpent, Turt. Yes, the serpent! But then, when it opened its mouth, swear on my shell, it said, "Mr. Turt, it is me, Body. Mr. Turt, I've only a little time left. Please, save my mother and father," is what she said, Turt.
But Body went back to her serpent form? How? And then? What happened after?
I've no idea how, but she was suffering from severe burns, and even in her serpent form, it was clear she was dying, Turt. Her last words were a plea for her old folks' lives. But by the time she closed her eyes, it was too late. I still had the soddy flowers for Body, Turt, and chose to honor her last wish.
Aha! So that's why they can't remember that bit. Then, what is a Mudang Wraith doing roaming around the land of the living?
Shell if I know, Turt? I simply buried the serpentine form of Body beneath the tiny dongsan tree gifted to her by the old lady. To have returned as a Mudang Wraith likely means she still had the debt of sins left unpaid from a previous life. Indeed, Body was so kind, and she obtained the water of life as well. Yet, to become a Mudang Wraith only cements the severity of her sins, Turt.
Body was able to summon servile wraiths as well. You don't think, while living, Body cursed someone?
This too I know shell about, Turt. But heed my words. Speak ill of none, cause harm to none. While I was waiting for the soddy flowers to revive the Birigong ducks, a lone man passed by.
Aha! They say the criminal always returns to the scene of the crime. You're sure of what you saw?
I swear it, Turt! I saw him with my own two eyes. He paid no mind to the old folks and went right on ransacking the entire home. I was scared and, slow. But I swear it was a woodcutter, Turt.
A woodcutter, was it? That's the livelihood of dozens of families in these parts. We've waited long enough. Let's head to the marketplace. We need to find the culprit some way, somehow.
Oh, and one other thing I do recall is pine. The scent of pine sap, Turt.
Oh dear, that's not how you eat talbolgukbap! A dash of kimchi juice gives it the perfect flavor. Oh dear, that's not how you eat talbolgukbap! A dash of kimchi juice gives it the perfect flavor. Oh dear, that's not how— I know Maksun's cookbap is our main selling point, but I make the kimchi and makgeolli that pair—
Anyone wielding an axe in these parts is a woodcutter, no? Oh no! Where did it go? Woodcutters are just folks with axes who chop trees, no? Our woodcutters dare not go near the Dongsan tree in Body Forest. They fear losing favor with the village's Dongsan god. I'm just a kid and even I know that. My dad, mom, my siblings, grandpa, grandma, and even me. We all caught the pox, but the chief saved us from certain death.
I wish I could help you, truly, but I only deal in furniture, and anything on woodcutters is a trade secret, so... There are quite a few woodcutters who deal with pine. However, I'd say the most famous are found at Solgaji Forest. Though I've never met the woodcutters there face to face, they would always send someone else with the materials. Not sure why.
Excuse me? Say one bad thing about my furniture, and we are done doing business.
Only I can be critical of my furniture.
Aren't you those folks who came here earlier, Turt? What can I, Turt, tell you? I'm not a tour guide, Turt. There's only one woodcutter I know of, Turt. The paintings Body purchased were always sent to the same place. She had them sent to Solgaji Forest. Never went there herself, though, Turt. When I asked who she knew there, she would just laugh bitterly. If you ever wish to preserve a memory, why not express it in a painting, Turt?
Siblings, Grandpa, Grandma, and even me. We all caught the pox, but the chief saved us from certain death. Rumors abound of some truly rare herb in these lands, but only those blessed with the spirit of Tebek can see it.
Upsetting the natural order. Stupid fool. If I had just known my place, I would have never lost her.
Hey there! Excuse me, Mr. Woodcutter, sir? Any chance you know Patty, adopted daughter of the Pitikongdoks?
The taxman's come to collect.
Excuse me, do you know anything about the current state of Bali Forest?
There's probably not a father in the world as cowardly as me. Why the king of the netherworld hasn't ended my miserable life yet, I have no idea. Every day I live, every breath I breathe is wrought with pain. Is this what they mean by divine punishment?
What? You're Patty's real father? Spill the beans, old man. Tell us everything.
Long ago, when Lord Bonghuang lay slumbering on Mount Ashi, I traveled there, hoping to find some rare lumber to better my fortunes. And yet Mount Ashi was unlike any ordinary mountain I knew of. I lost track of time there, unable to tell whether it was night or day. And so, I wandered the mountain until I stumbled upon a lone maiden. She wasn't a normal being like me, but a celestial maiden of Lord Bonghuang named Ogu.
Don't tell me. Was it love at first sight? Was that why Mr. Turd claimed it went against the laws of the heavens?
In time, Maiden Ogu gave birth to a serpent, the predator and mortal enemy of all birds. To dare birth a serpent where Lord Bonghuang lay in slumber? My beloved Ogu, now stripped of her celestial winged garments, and exiled from Mount Ashi, began to wither away. So I took my child, no, that serpent, and tossed it as hard as I could over the falls. Can't you see? The serpent was killing her own mother with its very existence. And with that, I caused the first death of my own child, Body. Never did I think she'd survive the fall. I lived on, forgetting her entirely.
Yeah, you could have kept living your fairy tale life with your wife. Speaking of, whatever happened to Patty's celestial maiden of a mother anyway?
She died. Like a fish out of water, the energies of our world proved fatal to her. To revive her, I required the water of life. I snuck a peek at the journal my wife kept, only to discover that she knew Body was still alive. My wife also knew that once the child became an adult, she would receive a revelation to bring the waters of life to Mount Ashi. Burn down? I did steal the water of life, but I did not set her place ablaze. That wasn't me. I swear. Stealing the water of life from her was basically killing her a second time. Why would I ever burn down her home?
Judging from the look on your face, you seem to be telling the truth. Still, you acquired the water of life. Why didn't you save the Celestial Maiden?
By the time I returned with the water of life, it was already too late. An ominous axe stood where my wife had lain. The moment I seized it, I was awakened to the will of the Celestial Maidens. Their divine punishment placed upon me was to murder my own offspring once more. I've heard that body has become the Mudang Wraith, serving the dead Dongsun tree. Pour the tears of the Jirung Maiden, found from tilling these grounds, onto the axe I gave you, and use it to chop the tree down. Please, have mercy on me just this once. I cannot bear to take the life of my child a third time.
Why do we get saddled with your bad karma? So this water of life, how did people even hear about it?
You see, I spread the rumors myself. I sought to impede her in completing her task.
I can't believe what I'm hearing right now. Forget Father of the Year. You don't even qualify as a father!
I gave the water of life to Old Lady Huacha of Udur Strait. All I wanted to do was to save my wife.
It must have been the will of the Dragon King to take my son away. The water of life. I've sent it back to where it belongs. For even that cannot bring back those who've already become ghosts.
Is there really no other way than to chop down that tree? Old Lady Bitagongdok, she doesn't deserve this pain.
Do you know how Mudang Wraiths come to be? They're born from the karma of bringing curses upon others in their lifetime. Especially those with a lifetime ahead of them. Now tethered to this world as servile wraiths, even after death. Can you fathom how great of a sin that is? I don't know the reason for her actions, but it's a grave matter regardless. Who will placate the begrudged souls who lost their lives? However, I will still send a prayer to the Dragon King. Go prepare an offering.
Really? Goodness, thank you so much. Allow me to pray with you. The more voices, the better.
I am helping you because I know that child, Body, and her story. There was a time when her story spread to even the depths of the sea. Heed our prayers, O Dragon King! His response came swiftly. Please, give me a moment.
But when in the world would Body have cursed someone? And who would ever want to set her house on fire?
I've received an answer. Do you know of the Sadi flowers?
Sadi flowers? Mr. Turt said something about them at Angler's Point. Body found them in the Dragon Palace, along with the Water of Life, but forgot to take them with her.
Blood Sadi, flesh Sadi, breath Sadi, and bone Sadi flowers. Offer up the seeds of just 2, and the Dragon King will bestow you with the water of life.
Huh? From the names, those flowers definitely aren't of this world. All we need are seeds? Do we need to make them bloom?
No. These flowers cannot bloom in this world. The Dragon King said the shortage of flowers in the palace created a desperate need for seeds. The seeds were sown by the Celestial Maidens who followed Bonghuang into this world and cultivated these lands long ago.
You're back! Turts! We must visit the Dragon Palace together sometime. You're back! Turds! We must visit the Dragon Palace together sometime. The Dragon Palace is in chaos too. Turds! Everyone cherished body. No one could have imagined this. You're back! I have no idea why those maidens would bring over seeds that can't even bloom here. The Dragon Palace is in chaos too. Turds! Everyone cherished body. No one could have imagined this. You're back! I have no idea why those maidens would bring over seeds that can't even bloom here. Here's the water of life as promised. Though, this alone won't bring her back to life, Turds. But if you sprinkle it over the dead Dongsan tree body worships, we can totally revive her soul. Though, unfortunately, those body held dearest to her heart during her lifetime will forget of her existence. Turds.
You mean that the Birigongdok couple will forget Body? But they love Body so much.
Well, that too is the will of the heavens, Turds. The choice is yours. By now, I'm so turtling busy, I must head to the capital to visit our ailing king.
So now we have two choices. The axe or the water of life. What should we do? Well, for now, let's go back. I'll go ahead and tell them what we know.
Turtaloo! See you again!
I heard from Dulce. I suppose that it is time to let her go. My energy depletes by the day, while her umbral energy grows stronger and seeps deep into the forest. If this continues, this forest will become a forest of death, where not even the smallest of creatures can survive. I can no longer stand by and watch bodies' sins amass. We must bring this to an end. The choice I will leave in your hands, for even if I lose my memories of body, I will follow the will of the heavens.
Then hopefully Body will come to her senses. I pray that a miracle happens. We must only use this axe to call upon Body. Once you make a gash in the tree, I'll pour the water of life into it. Then hopefully Body will come to her senses. I pray that a miracle happens. If we don't get it right the first time, we might end up as her servile wraiths. If I fail, there's no running away without me. Let's put an end to this cursed fate!
mutilate my tongues on God! A terrible curse upon any who commits such deeds! You dare mutilate my tongues on God? There will be no place in this forest where my curse will not reach! Rise again as my servile race! My servile race! Place in this forest where my curse will not reach! Rise again as my servile race! Place in this forest where my curse will not reach!
Help me. I want to see my mother, my father.
We'll take you to him. Don't say anything. It's just as Mr. Turk told us it would be.
My heart, it feels strangely empty. I feel as if I've awoken from a long dream. I wonder why I am crying. Could you excuse me just for today?
My, what could you be crying about? There now, shall we go on a picnic?
I'm sure it's nothing, old lady. We all have those days, don't we? But make sure not to skip any meals, okay? Never do anything on an empty stomach. Promise. Whew. That was quite the job. Seems that the old lady's power is too strong for the ritual to completely erase Body from her memory. At least she has her old man. I hope they go on to live there happily ever after. You want to know if Body got to say her goodbyes before they lost their memories? Well, of course she did.
If only I'd known that this is how I would send you off. I would never have brought you in that day. For every stone thrown against you under this sky, this old woman stands in your place. So, do not wait for me, but be reborn into a life where you will not be abandoned, my dear, and find true happiness.
I hope this means Body's paid some of the debt that's due in the afterlife. Though memories of her may be erased from their minds, let us pray that she will still rest somewhere in their hearts. But we still have some questions left unanswered. Who set the house on fire? And what made Body bring curses upon these people? When you were looking for the woodcutter, I went looking for clues as well. From the families of those who'd lost loved ones to the Mudang Wraith. Well, whether in Nampo, Dalbo, or somewhere else, it seems all the victims got on the wrong side of the Hyungam or Yungam. Then I met an old man who lost his son to the Mudang Wraith, though the mental acuity of a man his age is questionable. According to him, his son was in the military before he died, and had been tasked with finding the water of life. Do you know what that son did during his search? I asked around, and apparently he searched the Beauty Gongdok's house while they were out. While smashing through the clay Jangbok to find any traces of the water of life, he came across some serpent skin. And when they brought it to his lordship, Body followed them all the way to the Donghae office. She exchanged a few words with the Sato, then silently slunk off and disappeared. I heard his lordship couldn't keep the smirk off his face. Then one day, Body, who'd been nowhere to be seen, appeared at the Donghae office, screaming her head off while ransacking the place. When she found the serpent skin, she lit it on fire, and you won't believe this, she transformed into a snake. No, a serpent! That serpent skin turned out to be her lifeline. The officials had stolen her lifeline, so Body had no choice but to follow them. There's no doubt that they'd been blackmailing her with the skin. Maybe that's why she had no other option than to curse them. But any witnesses are dead and gone. Oh, if she were to curse someone, she would have needed the Dongsan god for the ritual, right? The closer you are to someone, the easier it is to be blinded to their real intentions. Let's head to the dead Dongsan tree. Did you find something? You did! I knew it. My intuition is never wrong. What is this? A will? It seems to have been written by Body? Did you find something?
I have committed many sins and intend to depart from this world.
No matter how important my life is, how could I bring curses upon my parents who raised me with their whole heart? Please, leave this disgraceful daughter who took her own life in the past.
See, I was right. Something sinister was going on. Do you think his lordship was using Body? Exactly. This is too heavy of a case to assume the worst without proof. We'll get to the bottom of this. But first, we need to clear our heads. Let's go back to the marketplace. What do you mean, why? A hard day calls for a stiff drink. Why are you looking at me like that? If you don't hurry, I'll finish off your booze as well.